Pike. That is the question that has people scouring the forest where part of her remains were found. That search happening today just northeast of Globe. 12 News journalist Sean Rice has joined those searches and is live with what their message is today. Sean?
Yeah, Karibe, good evening to you. Today's search here northeast of Globe was as much symbolic as it was physical. 14-year-old Emily Pike's remains, specifically her torso, her head, and her legs, were all discovered right here behind me in this forest area just off Highway 60 back on February 14th. And the goal of today's search was to make her whole, specifically find her arms and her hands. I'm told that's a discovery that would bring some needed closure to Emily's family.
Just to be here in presence really helps a lot with that healing and with that closure.
The forest grounds off Highway 60 may yield clues to help answer this question: who killed Emily Pike?
She was placed here like garbage. She's not garbage. She's a beautiful human being.
Pike went missing from a Mesa group home in late January and was never seen or heard from for over 2 weeks. Then came the grim discovery by a pair of hikers. Emily's dismembered remains discarded in black trash bags.
On this type of case, it takes a special kind of evil to do what's been done here.
Tuesday, members of the Sheriff's Office and the Gila County Attorney offered their support to the searchers. Gila County Lieutenant James Lottie says they are pursuing every lead possible to find Emily's killer, but at this point, do not have any solid suspects or persons of interest.
Don't think that this doesn't affect us and that we don't care. You know, we're here to do a job, and our job is to find out who did this to Emily, and we really want to see whoever that is caught and brought to justice.
That presence near Emily's final resting spot, serving as a message to her friends and family. She may be gone, but her memory never will be.
For myself, knowing that we're out here, and also for Emily, knowing that she's not forgotten.
Now, at this point in their investigation, the Gila County Sheriff's Office tells me their message to the public is simple. See something, say something. If anyone in the Mesa area saw Emily Pike between January 27th, when she was reported missing, and February 14th, when her remains were found here, they are urged to contact the Gila County Sheriff's Office. They tell me at this point, any additional leads they receive will bring them one step closer to finding Emily's killer. We're live in Gila County. Sean Rice, 12 News.
This is a story about Emily Pike, a forever 14-year-old Native American girl from Mesa, Arizona. She was born on May 16, 2010 in Arizona. She has 3 siblings. She was living in a group home when she went missing. She was a member of the San Carlos Apache tribe. She was reported missing on January 27, 2025. Her dismembered remains were later discovered near Globe. In early September, Emily is hospitalized for self-harm. The San Carlos Apache tribe's Social Services Department placed Emily Pike at Sacred Journey Incorporated, a residential childcare center located in Mesa, Arizona. On September 11, 2023, Emily Pike and another 15-year-old run away from their Mesa group home operated by Sacred Journey, Inc., which housed 10 children. Mesa police were notified after the girls escaped through a bedroom window and side gate. According to the report, the employee had administered their medication, but discovered they were gone when she returned to check on them. Surveillance cameras in the hallway and office areas of the home did not capture the girls leaving, leading staff to believe they had climbed out of a bedroom window and exited through a side gate. The employee also mentioned that one of the girls had a secret cell phone, which had been confiscated the night before. The girls were eventually located at a Mesa playground at Kleinman Park. When questioned by police, both girls reportedly said they didn't want to return to the group home because they were forced to clean, scrubbing walls, baseboards, windowsills, and even getting on their hands and knees to scrub grout from the tile. One of the girls told officers she would run away again if returned and said she'd rather go to jail or live with her grandmother. On September 20th, Emily Pike was reported missing once again by group home staff. While an officer was en route to the home, they spotted a teenager matching her description. Upon making contact, Pike told officers she did not want to return to the group home because it makes her uncomfortable when the staff gets into arguments with other juveniles in the home. When an officer located her, Emily expressed that she did not want to return because ongoing arguments between staff and other juveniles made her feel uncomfortable. At the group home request, she was sent for evaluation at Mind 24/7, a mental health facility, before returning. On October 31st at 6:36 p.m., staff at Sacred Journey reports that Emily has run away for the fourth time. At 9:15 p.m. that same day, the home called officers to let them know Pike had returned. Staff overhears her say she had been laced, possibly drugged, but she is not sent for medical care. Her behavior is monitored overnight. On January 27th, Emily is believed to have run away. Emily is last seen on foot near Mesa Drive and McKellips Road. At 8:19 p.m. that same day, Emily is officially reported missing to Mesa Police Department. According to the group home manager's report, Emily snuck out of her bedroom window again, and this wasn't the first time she had run away. In a previous incident, she was found near Fitch Park. A few days after her disappearance, staff checked the Rock Teen Center, a place Emily had visited, but no one there had seen or heard from her. Staff members also reported that Emily had a history of behavioral and mental health concerns and was taking prescribed medication. She was under the care of a case manager through the San Carlos Apache tribe. Emily's roommate said Emily told her that she was going to meet with a boy she met while taking guitar records. The San Carlos Apache tribe stated that the group home where Emily Pike lived, operated by Sacred Journey Incorporated, reported her missing 3 times in 2023 and a 4th time in January 2025. The next day, on the 28th of January, the police spoke with an employee from the group home where Emily had been staying. According to the report, the employee informed Mesa Police that Pike was taking medication for mental health and behavioral issues. She also provided contact information for Emily's case manager with the San Carlos Apache tribe. Emily is still unaccounted for. No fingerprints or distinctive marks on file. The case remains open. On January 29th, a statewide missing person bulletin is issued for Emily Pike. On February, an unknown caller leaves a voicemail at the group home claiming Emily is with her mother on San Carlos Apache land. On February 6th, a Facebook post makes the claim that Emily is with her mother on the reservation. Police confirm it is false. Emily's mother says she hasn't heard from her. On February 7th, a full 5 days later, the group home staff finally retrieved and reviewed the voicemail left on February 2nd, 2025. On February 11th, police officially reviewed the voicemail. Police were notified by a group home employee about a voicemail that had been received on February 2nd, but wasn't accessed until February 7th. The message, left by an unknown caller, claimed that Emily was on San Carlos Apache tribal land with her mother. After investigation, Emily's mother confirmed she had not heard from her daughter, proving the tip false. On February 14th, some people on a trail near mile marker 277, along Highway 60 near Globe, Arizona, find a head and torso in large contractor trash bags, and the legs were found in separate bags, about 100 miles from where Emily was last seen alive. GCSO said that after searching the area, detectives couldn't locate the rest of the body parts. This suggests that she was murdered at a different location and that this is where her body was disposed of. The preliminary autopsy results found the girl had visible face and head trauma. No identifying clothing, jewelry, or identification was found with the remains. The cause of death is still undetermined. On February 19th, Bureau of Indian Affairs contacts Mesa PD suspecting the remains, Jane Doe, may be Emily Pike. On February 27th, authorities confirm the remains belong to Emily Pike. She is discovered 1 month after her disappearance, 100 miles away from the last place she was seen alive, dismembered. On February 28th, Arizona Department of Child Safety opened a licensing inquiry into the group home where Emily Pike had been living, 1 day after her remains were officially identified by authorities. On March 8th, the Gila County Sheriff's Office asks the public for any ring or surveillance video after January 26th that could include footage of Emily Pike passing by and any tips on possible sightings, as they still have no person of interest in her homicide.
Tonight, we're learning more about the case of Emily Pike, a 14-year-old girl who was murdered after going missing last month.
Authorities are still searching for the suspect who dismembered the Apache teen who was living in a Mesa group home at the time. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum has been looking into this case. New details coming out from her missing persons report.
We've obtained a 12-page police report from Mesa PD. This missing persons case is closed now due to the ongoing homicide investigation. But we do get a glimpse into Emily's past and the timeline leading up to the tragic discovery of her remains. On January 27th, near Mesa Drive and McKellips Road, a group home manager reported 14-year-old Emily Pike missing to to Mesa Police. According to the report, she said Emily snuck out of her bedroom window and that this wasn't the first time she ran away. The manager said the last time Emily left the house, she was found near Fitch Park. Staff checked the Rock Teen Center a couple days later, where Emily had visited before, but no one had seen or heard from her. By February 19th, a Mesa officer says he spoke to an agent with the Bureau of Indian Affairs who believed Emily had been located within the Gila County Indian Reservation after human remains had been discovered on Valentine's Day just off Highway 60 North at milepost 277. This area is around 100 miles away from where the San Carlos Apache teen was last seen alive. 2 weeks later, she was positively identified and a murder investigation ensued. Tribal communities and family have since united in their grief, calling for justice.
Emily was a spark, and she definitely sparked the entire world, and now the world is on fire because of Emily.
Mesa PD's missing persons report on Emily also reveals the teen's history of behavioral and mental health concerns. Emily took medication for those issues and had a case manager from the San Carlos Apache tribe. Just days before her remains were found, an anonymous tip based on a Facebook post said Emily was with her mother on the reservation. That later proved to be untrue, as her mom said she had not heard from Emily, according to police. GCSO is leading the investigation and has created a task force that includes the FBI to help find Emily's killer. If you have any information on the case, we have the link to the tip line on fox10phoenix.com. I'm Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum.
On March 10th, members of multiple groups rallied for a day of action to call for justice for the murdered Emily Pike. On March 15th, a candlelight vigil is held in Emily's honor. The San Carlos Apache tribe announces a $75,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Emily is described by her family as a joyful young girl who had a deep love for music and a contagious smile. She was a treasured member of the San Carlos Apache tribe. On March 18th, a multi-agency task force is formed. The Gila County Sheriff's Office, GCSO, also established an online tip line to assist in the investigation. Members of the public who have any information related to Emily Pike's case are encouraged to submit tips through the platform to help authorities in their ongoing efforts. On March 21st, the San Carlos Apache tribe offered a $75,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for Emily's murder. We have requested the public to supplement the reward to generate more interest and leads. This crime must not go unsolved. Emily was murdered in a cruel, depraved, and heinous act, and the perpetrators must be held accountable. Dear Governor Hobbs, Attorney General Mays, Senator Rogers, Representative Marshall, and Representative B. Lackman, on behalf of the over 17,000 members of the San Carlos Apache tribe and the East San Carlos Council, the tribe's governing body, I transmit Council Resolution number MR 25049. This resolution requests an amendment to the Arizona Revised Statutes to strengthen children's hard group home standards, an investigation into group homes and runaways, and supports HB 22S1 to establish a missing Indigenous person alert system. We remain deeply distressed over the brutal murder of 14-year-old Emily Pike, who was placed by our tribe's Social Services Department at Sacred Journey, Inc., a residential child care center located in Mesa. After a month there, Emily left the facility without permission on or about January 27th. Most of her dismembered remains were found in plastic garbage bags on February 14, about 100 miles away off U.S. Highway 60, near a remote forest road. Our council has offered a $75,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for Emily's murder. We have requested the public to supplement the reward to generate more interest and leads. This crime must not go unsolved. Emily was murdered in a cruel, depraved, and heinous act, and the perpetrators must be held accountable. Unfortunately, Emily is not the first child to leave Sacred Journey without the group home's permission. The Mesa Police Department reports that about 30 children have run away from Sacred Journey over the past 3 years. What happened to these other children? Are they all safe and accounted for? Why has this clear failure to protect these children been allowed to continue unabated for years? We strongly believe the circumstances require a comprehensive review by the state that goes beyond the ongoing police investigation into Emily's murder. We respectfully request Governor Hobbs, given your background in social work, take all steps necessary to implement reforms in group homes to ensure the safety of children is a top priority of your administration. And we respectfully request Attorney General Mays investigate the circumstances surrounding Emily's unauthorized departure from Sacred Journey. This investigation should carefully review the safety, security, monitoring, licensing, and operational standards for group homes and determine how these could be strengthened to prevent children from leaving their care without permission. We ask that your recommendations be presented to the legislature to be considered in appropriate legislation that is named in honor of Emily Pike. The tribe's resolution also supports HB 2281 that would create an alert system upon learning that an Indigenous person is missing, in peril, or in the company of a dangerous person. An alert system should be immediately activated upon notification an Indigenous person is in danger. We appreciate Representative Martinez and her co-sponsors, Reps. Brian Garcia, Maypesh Lakai, and Myron Sosi, for introducing HB 2281. I look forward to your support in passing and signing this bill into law. As we say in our Apache language, ahiye, thank you, in advance for your review and consideration of our requests. Sincerely, San Carlos Apache Tribe, Terry Rambler, Chairman.
In the wake of the murder of a young girl, a bill that would create an alert system for missing Indigenous people unanimously passes a Senate committee. And it comes as investigators are still working to find the person or people who killed young Emily Pike. And we're also learning more about the group home where Emily was living. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono joins us live now with more. Bianca?
Troy, we've obtained records and data from the Mesa Police Department giving us more insight into the amount of times they've been called to the group home where Emily lived. That includes the 30 missing persons reports taken over the past 3 years.
I testified
At the Capitol Wednesday, Gila River Indian Community Governor Stephen Rowe Lewis fighting back tears as he talks about Emily Pike while advocating for a bill that would create an alert system for missing Indigenous people.
I testified in early February that this legislation is critical. But little did I know at that time Emily Pike had been missing for weeks.
On January 27th, the 14-year-old girl from the San Carlos Apache tribe went missing from the group home in Mesa where she had been living. And on Valentine's Day, her remains were discovered, showing she had been dismembered. Lewis wonders what would have happened had an alert been issued.
Would Emily be alive today?
Emily's case is not the first missing persons case stemming from that same Mesa group home, which 12 News is not identifying for privacy reasons. Mesa police say there were 3 prior calls involving Emily back in 2023. And in the past 3 years, police data shows there have been 89 calls for service to the group home. 42 of those were for a missing person. 30 of those calls resulted in reports being taken. The reason a report would not be taken can vary, but can often be because the person was quickly found.
Every child deserves to be safe.
January Contreras leads Children's Action Alliance and advocates for less children to be placed in group homes.
I come back to the solution of supporting families, supporting grandparents, many grandparents, aunts, uncles ready to step in. We need to do that, and we need to recruit more foster homes as well.
DCS says while it doesn't believe any action taken or not taken by the group home caused the terrible outcome in Emily's case, they've opened a licensing inquiry to determine whether appropriate steps were taken by the group home, as investigators still work to find Emily's killer. And Governor Lewis's bill advances at the legislature. Contreras hopes Emily's tragic death leads to change. And we have asked Mesa Police how many missing persons cases stemming from that group home over the past 3 years remain open today. They're combing through their data to find that answer for us. And the last update I received from the Gila County Sheriff's Office was that they are continuing to turn up new leads in Emily's case, but still no suspects have been identified. We're live in studio tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
And the person who committed that crime still out there. Bianca, thank you.